Coming soon, namely Wednesday the 27th of October 2021 on Netflix, Hypnotic. Feeling stuck both personally and professionally, Jen turns to a mysterious hypnotherapist for help, only to find herself caught in a deadly mind game. Yes, you can hypnotise somebody over a phone.
Dr. Mead, this is the Jen? Yes, I'm the Jen.
Very nice to meet you. What do you do?
I'm sort of in between jobs. I have general anxiety, so sometimes it's hard to feel motivated.
Hypnotherapy is good for anxiety.
He changed my life.
Have you ever tried hypnosis? I want you to concentrate on the light.
You can get people to stare at a light to hypnotise them.
Hello? What happened?
Instant trance, post-hypnotic suggestion. It's real.
How did it get here?
The last I remember was being at home sitting at the table.
Hypnotic amnesia definitely can be done.
You're killing someone, use hypnosis.
Murder.
Or do it?
Yes, you can kill people with hypnosis.
Whatever his reason, I don't think he's done with you yet.
There's no private residence, no employers. The man is basically a ghost.
We're missing something. Most of his patients happen to die from exchange for you.
This is Gina.
It's Dr. Mead.
Get it off of me.
Get what off?
Hallucinations. Do it all the time on stage. Make people see things that are not there.
I know this place. Will blossom into a whole new reality. You can wake up now.
In a nutshell, yes, everything in that trailer genuinely can be done. Any hypnotist that tells you you cannot hypnotise somebody to do things against their morals or their values is either blatantly lying to you, or they quite simply have been lied to when they were taught, so they've come to believe things that are not true themselves, or they quite clearly don't know what they're on about. Should that put you off going to see a hypnotherapist? No, because a hypnotherapist should obviously go to one who's got good feedback, who's been personally recommended to you, who's got proof of training properly, and who's got a clean criminal record check. Use common sense. But are these things possible? Yes, they are. Hypnosis in the wrong hands can be very dangerous.
I was thinking that there were actually three ways that through hypnosis you could actually manipulate people to do terrible things that would go against their moral code anyway. The first thing would be to reframe the action. So if you were able to hypnotize somebody and get them to imagine that they were shooting a water pistol, or alternatively shooting a real pistol at a target, then they might do that. They would feel perfectly comfortable and justified in shooting at a target, only later for you to reveal that that target was a real person. The second thing is you could reframe the target. What you could do is you could say that person's got a bomb, and you could hypnotically convince the client or the subject that the only way to save the world was to kill that person, therefore reframing their action, making it again morally justified. The third way that a hypnotist could manipulate somebody, and this is incredibly controversial and would require an incredibly devious mind, would be to install such a sense of rapport and trust in your client that you would convince them that anything that you told them to do would be in your best interests, because they know you ultimately have their best interests at heart. So in theory, you could hypnotize somebody and tell them to run at that plate glass window and fall through the window 25 floors to their death. Now, they know that you as their hypnotist, they trust you so much that they know that although this looks like certain death, there's something else going on. And so they will blindly run and throw themselves through that window on the assumption that you, as a caring person, had something else in mind, which is an incredibly manipulative and devious way of doing it. But as you say, this can actually tie into sort of real world scenarios. For example, if you felt that a terrorist attack was justified because that person was the great Satan, then that would be altering the object. If you sent somebody into the London Tube with a backpack full of explosives, but they thought that it was part of a training exercise, you could put them in a position to create havoc. And that's how most manipulation works, because it's somebody conning you by telling you that they have your best interests at heart when actually they don't have your best interests at heart. They're just telling you that to manipulate you in a particular way.
In fact, hypnosis is used in every area of your daily life against you, to make you do things, to make you think things, to make you feel things in all areas of your life. This happens in education, the field of politics, medicine, through the media. In my documentary, Extreme Danger, Extreme Hypnosis, coming up in a moment, we look into these things.